Good morning. It is 5 a.m. We've got a live look outside in Colorado Springs from our Banning Lewis Ranch camera. Nice view of Pikes Peak off in the distance. Keeps getting lighter earlier. Glad you're with us on your Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Rebecca Hager. Adam Atchison is working from home today. Let's go ahead and check in first with our meteorologist, Lucy Bergman, for a look at what's happening with your forecast. Another good day on tap.
For sure, Rebecca, and you're just saying it gets brighter earlier. You and I are fans of.
We have an 11 breaking news alert now. Our newsroom has just learned of a deadly plane crash. A Pakistan International Airlines plane crashed in Pakistan, and according to the BBC, the plane was carrying at least 90 passengers. Pictures have been shared on social media, and they show smoke rising from the crash site, which is considered a residential area. Homes are there. No reports yet on the number of casualties, but we'll keep you updated, and hopefully we can get some video into our newscast soon. All right, 5:02, this is new from overnight. Two people are out of a home this morning after a fire late last night. It happened in Colorado Springs on Bunkhouse Drive, that's near Oro Blanco and North Carefree. CSFD says two people saw that fire start in the garage. One person was evaluated for smoke inhalation. Crews are still investigating the cause. And today's the deadline for restaurants across the state to give their feedback on how this will all work once they're able to reopen. Health officials are gathering comments before deciding on a new plan. 11 News reporter Kasha Carriage joins us live from downtown Colorado Springs. Kasha, the governor could announce a reopening date for restaurants as early as Monday. Kasha, thank you. I know a lot of businesses are ready for this. So 5:04 starting today, 75 law enforcement agencies across the state are increasing patrols for their Heat is On campaign over Memorial Day weekend. This time last year, police arrested more than 320 impaired drivers. First-time DUI offenders can face up to a year in jail, thousands of dollars in fines, or even have their license suspended. CDOT is expecting lower than usual travel numbers this Memorial Day weekend. The summer travel season begins today, but CDOT says due to safer at home orders across our state, roads will probably be less busy. Plus, a number of seasonal roads that normally open by Memorial Day will have delayed openings this year. State Highway 5 up Mount Evans will not open till July. Independence Pass will be closed until the 1st of June. But today, just in time for Memorial Day weekend, the Royal Gorge Bridge and Park will be fully reopening. The park is following Fremont County and state COVID-19 guidelines. The bridge and all attractions, including the zip line and sky coaster, music entertainment, and the Birds of Prey show by Nature's Education will also start this holiday weekend. The park says guests and employee safety is important, and the park is primarily open airspace. Park hours are 10 to 7 daily. This morning, unlike the rest of Colorado, restaurants, places of worship, gyms, and more in Fremont County can open their doors. Fremont County only had 25 cases and no deaths. It is among just a few counties in our state that can reopen immediately because the governor granted them an exception to the safer at home order. Businesses or industries opening today must follow social distancing guidelines, proper sanitation, and limited capacity. We spoke to businesses who are excited to welcome back visitors. Bars are still closed, though, and playgrounds, picnic areas, and more are not opening just yet. Developing, the U.S. death toll from coronavirus now stands at nearly 95,000 people. As the Memorial Day weekend gets underway, much of the country is focused on what to expect in a reopened economy. Much of the U.S. is ending or relaxing the orders aimed at slowing the spread of the virus. While touring a Ford factory in Michigan, the president was asked if he's concerned that reopening businesses will lead to a new wave of infections. Despite businesses reopening, jobs are still scarce. Nearly 39 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits since the outbreak took hold in March. Developing, one employee at the Walmart on 8th Street in Colorado Springs has coronavirus. Right now, this is not considered an outbreak. Walmart is not releasing when or where that person worked in the store. We have asked the health department if it plans on closing and cleaning the store like they have elsewhere. We will let you know when we have more information. We have an update now about a rare syndrome affecting children, many of whom have been exposed to COVID-19. The state is now looking into 4 cases. That's one more than yesterday. It's known as pediatric multisystem inflammatory syndrome. The body has an inflammatory response to a virus, like in Kawasaki's disease. Symptoms start to appear about a month after exposure to COVID-19. Right now, while regular schools are shut down, private early learning center and daycares are considered essential businesses. But despite being open, times are still difficult financially. This early learning center in Littleton has received some economic relief funds, but needs more, they say, to keep it going and safe. The number of children enrolled has plunged during the pandemic from around 110 a day to just 45. Parents on furlough or working from home can save money on daycare by watching over their own kids. We have some crazy surveillance video of two men taking a blowtorch to a vending machine. Take a look at this. So this is actually the damage you're seeing now. The El Paso County Sheriff's Department says they were trying to steal from it Wednesday, and here's the video. This is at a car wash in Falcon. It's not much you can see, but the two suspects are spray painting the surveillance camera, and then another camera across the parking lot actually captured the light from the blowtorch. And then look at this. One of the men suddenly walks out and appears to be holding his hand in pain. The suspects did put a hole in the machine, but they didn't get away with anything. Deputies are searching for those two men. This is happening today. Lexus of Colorado Springs and the Salvation Army are offering grocery boxes to families in need. These boxes will have both non-perishable and fresh food to feed a family of 4 for a week. One grocery box will be placed in your car by Salvation Army staff. This drive-up service will be available on a first-come, first-served basis, so you might want to be there early. This will happen at Lexus of Colorado Springs. That address is on your screen, and it's from 1 to 3 or until supplies are gone. Time is 5:09. A fire department is warning about the dangers of leaving certain items in your car during the summer. Coming up, what they say may have caused this damage to a car. Lucy, thank you. Developing a conflict appears to be brewing between health officials in Colorado and the U.S. Postal Service. Denver health officials have ordered a USPS processing and distribution center in the city to close. They say COVID-19 cases have been discovered at the facility. The location is the country's 4th largest postal service center. The USPS says it serves more than 6.5 million customers in Colorado and Wyoming. The agency has stated it disagrees with the order and it will not close the facility. Right now, a neighborhood is on edge because someone is stealing their mail. It's on Pioneer Place in Black Forest. One woman had a credit card stolen and more than $2,000 charged on it. Investigators traced the transactions to businesses in Monument and got these surveillance pictures. The man and woman are driving a dark-colored car, possibly a Chrysler 200. So get in touch with the sheriff's office if you know who these people are. Looking ahead now, this weekend marks the unofficial start to summer, and we know sunscreen is, of course, a summertime staple. But dermatologists don't just recommend using it outside. After months of being cooped up because of the pandemic, dermatologist Elizabeth Hale says slathering on the sunscreen is even more important now, even when you're exposed to rays from inside. So here's what she means. She suggests even wearing it inside when you're near windows because those rays can still come in and damage your skin. She says light from technology can also contribute to aging of the skin. A Wisconsin fire department is warning people about the dangers of leaving hand sanitizer in their vehicles on a hot day. This is something I've never thought of, but look at this picture. This is from a Facebook post showing a burned out car door. Firefighters explained that most hand sanitizers are alcohol-based, which makes them flammable. A fire could happen when direct sunlight causes a magnification of light through the bottle, and that is what causes it to catch fire. The district also warned of the risks of leaving clear water bottles in cars on a warm day. I guess it can have this similar effect. Scary. The Denver Zoo is requesting to reopen early. Just ahead, their plans to make sure guests are safe when they do open. But first, what the National Mall will be doing differently for this year's Memorial Day ceremonies. Welcome back to 11 News This Morning. We've got a live look outside in Monument as you're getting your Friday started. A lot of cars out there, a lot of people heading out for that last day of the work week, and the sun is coming up over southern Colorado. So looking ahead here, this Memorial Day will look a little different on the National Mall. All ceremonies are being pre-recorded to air online. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial held a quiet wreath-laying ceremony yesterday. No crowds, no flashing cameras, just a peaceful breeze. A ceremony that will be viewed virtually by thousands Monday was nearly a private gathering as 2 wreaths were placed at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. So Clifford Tarbell's family was also supposed to be at the mall last month on the 50th anniversary of his death, but the pandemic canceled those plans. The siblings found themselves instead at the memorial yesterday for that ceremony. It was also their parents' anniversary, so they say it was meant to be. A lot of us have forgotten about subscriptions we're signed up for and ended up paying unwanted bills. I've been there. Netflix actually says it doesn't want that. The company will start asking inactive users if they want to keep their membership. If they don't want it or if they don't respond, the company will automatically cancel their service. Netflix will start sending out emails this week. The inactive accounts represent less than half of 1% of their overall member base. And Netflix just had a great quarter. Many people signed up while they were forced to stay at home. Right now, the Denver Zoo is waiting for the state to sign off on a variance request to open early. It's done some major work in the last month. When it opens, guests should prep for big changes, health questionnaires and temperature checks, to name a few. It even commissioned artists to make roadblocks more fun.
We've been able to drag it out for a little bit. If we're not able to open in June, things get really tough. And we feel confident that that will be coming soon and we should be able to open, but we're concerned about that for sure.
Every day without guests means a major loss of revenue. The city did not give a timeline for the variance approval, but if it's approved, it will go to the Colorado Department of Health and Environment for final review.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5:30. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week together. I'm Adam Atchison. I'm working from home for the next few days, and I'll see you in a few minutes with some headlines.
All right, awesome. And that's right. Happy Friday. I'm Rebecca Hager. Let's go ahead and start this half hour with our meteorologist, Lucy Bergman, for what's happening out there right now. And it's a beautiful sunrise.
It is, Rebecca. You know this.
Okay, thank you. This is breaking overnight. We are working to learn more about a deadly crash involving a longtime UPS worker. Happened on Highway 94, a few miles past Ellicott. The truck reportedly veered off the road and rolled one time. The driver was thrown out of the vehicle. The 71-year-old was not wearing a seatbelt, and a helicopter flew him to the hospital. He died there. The Colorado State Patrol is still investigating. In just a few days, we could know if and when restaurants in Colorado will reopen their dining rooms. Governor Polis is expected to make a decision on Monday. 11 News reporter Kasha Kara just joining us live from downtown Colorado Springs. Kasha, today is also an important deadline in the process.
11 News.
Kasha, thank you for the update. Happening today, a free drive-up coronavirus testing site is opening up at the Pepsi Center in Denver. The city of Denver is using $3.5 million from the CARES Act. The new site will be the state's largest. It'll be able to handle 500 tests a day. The testing allows for minimum contact between the patient and person giving the test.
You actually rub a Q-tip-like thing around your nose yourself. Not at all painful, incredibly easy. Quick, you should be in and out of here in 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
The site is open to everyone every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A tribute for heroes in our state is now on hold due to the coronavirus. The unveiling of Colorado's Fallen Heroes Memorial was set to happen tomorrow, but officials say it's just not possible to have hundreds of people attend. The memorial has been in the works since 2007. They broke ground on it last year across the street from Colorado State Capitol. The director, who says the decision to cancel, also says that decision was not made lightly. Our sister station reports the Colorado Fallen Heroes Memorial Foundation is trying to honor fallen heroes in other ways, like personalized cards and a flag tribute outside the area where the event would normally be held. We're getting a live look now at the White House, where you can see the flag is at half staff there. It's one of multiple buildings lowering flags to half staff today. President Trump tweeted all federal buildings and national monuments will honor Americans lost to the coronavirus in this way for the next 3 days. And then on Monday, flags will be at half staff in honor of our fallen heroes in the military. Your drive home today might be a little easier. CDOT is suspending all construction projects starting at noon today. That includes areas like the Gap. Crews will not be back out again until Tuesday. The only exception is for emergency operations. And the 4th of July, looking ahead to that holiday, that's going to look a lot different this year. There are many changes coming to the celebration here in Colorado Springs. So instead of having tens of thousands of people gather in Memorial Park, fireworks will be launched from 9 different places in the city. Then people can watch from their porches, and you'll be able to hear the Colorado Springs Philharmonic perform if you turn on specific radio stations.
We feel so divided with everything going on with COVID-19. To be able to bring everybody together to celebrate the birthday of our country and to honor all of our military and our veterans and also our frontline workers who are in the fight every day.
And we do plan to stream that. So if you're not able to see the fireworks from your place, you can go to KKTV.com. When the outbreak is over, many people will be returning to their work in offices and buildings. Coming up, why Facebook may let workers actually stay working at home and hire more people. But first, just how many stores Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works are shutting down. We've got a live look outside here at 5:36. Wow, that is a gorgeous view. Pretty sunrise. I'll leave you with that. Just soak that in a little bit. We'll be right back.
CBS was saying over the past couple of days that it's really seen an impact for drive-in movie theaters across the country, right? Kind of a return to the retro where people are going back to theaters and trying this new experience. We actually have one in southern Colorado in Pueblo. I checked their Facebook page. They said that they have not quite figured out what their rules are going to be when they're ready to reopen, but I'm sure someday they will be, especially in the summer months. It's going to be a fun place to go.
Well, and the Vibe Stadium is providing a drive-in service that sold out in 3 minutes. So clearly people are wanting to get out and enjoy something.
Yeah, enjoy it together. It's a lot of fun.
All right, thank you. So a severe storm made its way across Colorado. Coming up, the damage caused by a tornado and crazy video of hailstones that ripped off a side mirror. So first, the major ski resort in Colorado that is closing for the rest of the season. If you see breaking news, give us a call. Our newsroom number is 578-0000. Law enforcement wants you to know a wanted sex offender is still on the run, and the El Paso County Sheriff's Office needs help tracking him down. Deputies say Alan Burton is in violation of registering as an offender. He is homeless and living in shelters in the Springs. If you see him or know where he is, call the Sheriff's Office. Officers say some bones that were found in Palmer Park, popular area in Colorado Springs, did not belong to a human. At first, it wasn't known, though, if they could have been human remains, so homicide detectives were called out, and you might have seen all that activity yesterday. Investigators were able to determine, though, that the bones were of an animal. Police wanted to do a thorough investigation just to be sure. By Monday, we could know whether spring skiing will happen in Colorado. That's when Governor Polis is expected to announce the next steps for resorts across the state. But we already know one of the most popular will not be reopening this spring. Adam is back to explain. Yeah, thank you. I know a lot of people are wanting to get back out skiing. They've missed it. Time is 5:52. About 35% of people infected with coronavirus are asymptomatic. That's an estimation made by the CDC. The institution also says about 0.4% of people who develop COVID-19 will die from it. The numbers are now part of a new guidance the CDC is providing to leaders to help them with planning. The agency also lays out possible outcomes for the future of the outbreak. In the most severe version, the CDC estimates there could be a 1% death rate. The CDC is also stating we may not have to worry as much about the coronavirus spreading on surfaces. We're told a lot to wipe down surfaces that often get touched, like keyboards and doorknobs. There is a possibility it could be transmitted by touching a surface, then your face, but the CDC now says that's not very likely. The primary way the virus does spread is through person-to-person contact. The CDC says that's why it's important to wear a mask if you're out in public and, of course, to wash your hands. So check out this video. It's of a tornado that touched down yesterday in Prowers County, about 3 hours east of Pueblo. Our 11 breaking weather chaser, Eric Kelly, was able to get this video, and it's pretty amazing to watch. We talked to a woman who lives right near Granada. Yeah, that's always scary when you have to really prepare, Lucy, and there was also some hail.
There was some really large hail, Rebecca, and
thank you. I love when he gets this video. It's always good stuff. So lockdowns across the country have left many people spending more time in their homes, and that's led to a sharp increase in reports of strange occurrences. Since lockdowns around the U.S. began in March, there's been a 35% jump in reports of hauntings. That's just according to one website, though, created by the host of the Discovery Channel's Ghost Nation. And while he believes some are likely the real deal, he thinks others are just simpler.
People are spending more time in their home, and everything from the woods drying out, you're getting popping sounds because we're getting into the warmer months of the year.
You know what? I'm going to go with those explanations because I am not into haunted stuff. So even though there's no scientific evidence of ghosts, one survey found 45% of U.S. adults in the U.S. believe that they do exist. So there you go. A little creepy. We'll be right back at the top of the hour.